Notes, go ahead and stop for me, please. You want to look up the board, you want to pay attention. The handout that you have, I want you to go to the cover page, okay? 5.3, everyone turn to that page, please. Let me see that it's turned. Errol, turn it, please. Turn it. Yes, good, good. Turn it, please. Okay, I want you to follow along in example 1 and 2. Turn your page, go to 5.3. Okay, show respect for the reader. Adrian's going to read the first one, and then Montez is going to read number 2 for us. Very first thing I do at the top of my paper is I write my formula down, okay? All this is the same thing, plugging the information in. So we're previous balance plus interest plus deposits minus withdrawals equals new balance. I want to see thumbs up or down whether we understand this. That's everyone. Thumbs up or down. Is there any of these categories I need to go over?
Yeah.
Okay. Previous balance, that's the amount that was in the bank account. It states that typically. Okay. Interest, that's the amount of interest they accumulated on their savings account. Deposit, that's money they put in. Withdrawals, that's money they took out. Any questions?
Yeah.
Thumbs up or down? Okay. All right, Adrian, if you could read example number 1. Everyone follow along, please. Run your finger along example number 1 when he reads, please. Okay, Adrian, go ahead. Yeah, ignore the name. It's not. They always use crazy names.
Oh, so I just read and skip the name?
Yeah, yeah.
Receives her savings account statement quarterly. After checking to be sure all
Transactions.
transactions have been recorded correctly, she checks the calculation. What is the balance in her account on July 1st?
Okay, and now go over the numbers that it's showing. It's a statement, right?
Oh, the beginning date?
Mm-hmm.
The graph right here?
So we're going to start with what our previous balance is, right? So what's my previous balance? That's always going to be the number at the top of the schedule.
274.
Yep, very good. So that's what we're starting with. Then on the statement, it's going to tell us what the interest is. Go on the statement and find the interest.
$4.
Now they had a couple of deposits, right? So we have to add all those deposits together, and in your formula, you want to stack them, okay? So they deposited $250, $125, and $80. Now in our formula, we're going to add these together. So $250 plus $125 plus $80 is $455. Then how much money did they withdraw? 100. Right, so now we have all the numbers for the formula, right? Then from here, add, subtract. Okay? It's real easy when you use the formula. Now if you just write the numbers out and you add them and subtract them, I can't tell where you made mistakes. But if you have the formula, I can easily look at this and say, oh, you missed a deposit. That's why it's beneficial to have that deposit, right? Have that description at the top, right?
Yes.
You only have to write it one time, and then when you flip it over. Okay, any questions on this? Let me see thumbs up or down. It's literally just reading and plugging in the formula, right?
Yes.
Okay, Montez, can you read me example number 2? Now, make sure you follow along on example 2 as we go through that, okay? Because this is an algebra one, right? So that matters. Okay, Montez, thank you.
Allison McKnight reviewed her account statement and wanted to verify that the interest amount was correct. Her new balance was $17,015.97, and her previous balance had been $14,761.93. She had deposited $2,386.20 and withdrawn $200. Find the interest earned on Allison's savings account.
Okay, so this algebra example is actually fairly easy, okay? Everyone look up at me for a minute. We write the formula out, right? It told us everything we needed in the problem. We know it's an algebra one because it gave us an answer. It told us that this is what their new balance was, right? It told us what the present balance is. We don't know what the interest is, so we're just going to call this I, or X for my algebra people. You can use X. This is how much she deposited, so we're putting this in the formula, and then she withdrew 100, okay? So this is a fairly easy algebra one. We're going to combine like terms, which means we're going to take this We're going to add it to this, and we're going to subtract this. Let me see, thumbs up or down. We're going to take this, we're going to add it to this, and we're going to subtract this. Everyone take your calculator out and do it, please. Take this number, add it to this number, subtract this number, and tell me what you come up with, please. Add this number to this one, subtract it from this. So add, subtract.
We have to come up with the letter I.
Right now, I just want you to add this, and subtract this with your calculator, please. And that's everyone.
That's 16,948.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay, so we combine everything we can combine, but we can't combine this I because we don't know what it is, right? So after we add all this, we write it here plus I. We still have to add this I, but we don't know what it is, okay? We bring down this number. And then from here, this is a simple algebra problem. We're going to take this, we're going to do the opposite, we're going to subtract it by both sides, right? Once we subtract this, it gets I all by itself, which means we just solved for what the interest is. We take what their balance is, subtract it from this number, this is how much interest they earned during the period. Pretty easy example, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to your Algebra 1, especially when we come to the test on Thursday, write your formula out, okay, and figure out what the missing thing is, combine like terms, do the opposite to isolate the variable, okay?
So that's the formula, the one in the top?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is our new balance, this was our previous balance, we don't know what the interest was, we know what the deposits are, we know what the withdrawals are, okay? Any questions on this? Pretty easy, right?
Better than.
We start to get complicated on Wednesday. We start doing more formulas, okay? Which, this is easy compared to that. Now, look up for a second. You have a do now, okay? Same exact formula, write the formula out, go plug the information in. So this is the previous balance, this is the interest, this is the deposits, this is the withdrawals, okay? Yes?
It's already laid out for us, technically.
I'm sorry?
So
Yeah, it's in order. It's in order, yes, according to the formula. So write the formula at the top of your page, fill these numbers in, and solve for it, okay? That's your do now. When you're done with your do now, you're going to page 220. You want to get through 12 today, okay? You're finishing the lesson tomorrow, and then we're going into simple interest on Wednesday.
Notes is separated.
Yes, notes you apply to your assignment, but your do now, you turn in separately. Okay, everyone should be able to do this, right? There's your formula, there's your information, solve your do now, get your notes, get your vocabulary done, get through 12. You have a printout of the book, you have everything in front of you in case you don't finish it today, okay?
That word clear.
Good. Roll, Coach.